So a little known secret about Warren Buffett is he makes billions of dollars with stock options, and he's potentially using stock options right now to capitalize on a crazy market that we're in right now. So in 2008, when the stock market was down over 50% during the housing market crash, he was using stock options to capitalize on investors completely freaking out because they wanted to buy insurance on their portfolios. So what was Warren Buffett doing? He was selling them insurance via selling put options. Now, before you click off the video, he's not selling put options in a typical way that you're used to. Now, try to guess how much money he made by making a single stock options trade by selling put options on the S&P 500 when the market was way down. Take a wild guess. $4.9 billion. So Warren received that $4.9 billion upfront immediately when he did the trade at a time that the market is super undervalued, when there's a bunch of undervalued companies out there. So he took that cash, went and bought undervalued companies, and he made a crap ton of money doing it. So we're going to go through in this video exactly how Warren Buffett sells put options, how I do a very, very similar strategy to him, how he scaled to hundreds of billions of dollars, and a lot of it is because of selling put options, and how I do put option too, and how I scaled to millions of dollars so fast too. So let's break it down. So the most important part to selling put options is, of course, why do we sell put options? What are we trying to do right now? You're trying to capitalize on peak fear in the stock market. So the typical investor, when the market's going straight down, they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to sell their stocks at a loss, or they're going to want to go buy insurance on their stocks as they're falling in price. So when you're buying insurance, you are essentially buying a put option. But every stock market transaction has a buyer and the seller. So the people that are freaking out, they're buying the put option from us, and we are the ones selling it to them. They're buying it, we're selling it, and we're selling them these put options at a time that there's peak fear in the market. So the typical investor that's freaking out, they're willing to pay a lot of money for that put option when the market is cheap and the market is down. So we're pretty much arbitraging the typical investor's emotions because the market's down and they're willing to pay a lot more for insurance in that time, which is buying the put option. So we're willing to sell them the put option at an ultra high price. We collect a premium on these companies that are cheap in price, but the fundamentals are okay. And in the long run, the stock price is probably going to trend up. And that put option that they bought is probably going to expire worthless. So we get the cash flow upfront to go invest in other companies that are cheap. And all they're going to get is a guarantee that if their stock price falls to a certain price, we will buy their shares at a certain price. So I get it that there's a ton of option trading strategies out there, and you're probably wondering, why is selling put options the best option trading strategy? So number one, Warren Buffett does it, and that says a lot. And number two, I'm living proof that this works because I've been doing this through bear markets and bull markets, and I have scaled to millions of dollars and generate tens of thousands of dollars pretty much every single month. So Warren Buffett got billions of dollars upfront, and he gets to buy stocks in the future at a cheaper price. So just think about it. If you like Nvidia right now at 120 bucks a share, what if I told you you could buy Nvidia for 90 bucks a share a year out from right now and get paid thousands of dollars to do that? It sounds too good to be true. You're going to get paid thousands of dollars to buy something cheaper in the future that you already want to buy. It's a great deal. On top of that, you get the upfront cash that you can invest right now in different companies. So you could buy Nvidia shares straight up. You could buy the base portfolio straight up. You could buy whatever you want. You could even withdraw the money off your brokerage account and go blow it or go use it for bills. And you're just capitalizing on the emotional investor because when the market is down, this is one of the best times to sell puts because there's a lot of demand to go buy puts. And when there's a lot of demand for a certain thing, the price goes up. We want the price of puts to be high because we want to sell it for a lot of money and we want it to expire worthless or buy it back for pretty much nothing. All right, so let's break down in detail selling puts, the risk, the benefit, and how this scaled me to millions of dollars with consistent monthly cash flow, all in a low risk way. And before we do that, I just want to say something super quick because I'm just keeping it real with you guys, and we're all here for one thing, and that is to make money. I don't care if these videos get views. I care to give valuable information that you guys can actually use to make money in the real world. Not just info with action. I want you to know exactly what to do. So I was talking about in the end of 2024, how the market was a little bit lofty and I was expecting to have a bumpy 2025. I'm not saying I had a crystal ball and I knew what the market was going to do, but at a time that the market is overvalued and I see a lot of potential bad things on the horizon, I will de-risk my portfolio and I'm not going to sell a lot of put options. But now that the market is a little bit cheaper, and right now I feel that the market is near intrinsic value, which is just the true value of the market, I am starting to sell put options right now and capitalizing on this market dip. I'm not saying I'm betting the house and YOLOing everything on selling put options right now. I'm just saying there's a bunch of different companies out there right now that are cheap. The ETFs are starting to get cheap, and this is a great time to really take this video serious and understand how selling put options actually works. So selling put options gives you the obligation to buy someone else's shares for a certain price in a certain time frame. That is it. They're buying a put option so they think the share price is going to go down. You are selling them the put option so you don't think the share price is going to go down. You think the share price is either going to go up, stay flat, or not go down up to the price that you sell the put option at. And the easiest way to break this down is to just go through an example with NVIDIA. So let's say that we're bullish on NVIDIA and we think the share price is going to go up. Let's say that the current price of NVIDIA right now is $110 per share. Let's say you sell a put at a $90 strike price with an expiration date of 1 year. So the strike price is basically the price that the contract is going to execute at, and the expiration date is basically just saying that the contract is only valid for 1 year. Now, the expiration date is never going to say 1 year for the expiration. It's going to have an exact date, but for the sake of this example, I'm just going to say 1 year right here, but I just want you to know that. So if the share price goes up, stays flat, or doesn't go down to $90 per share, this contract is going to expire worthless. Because think about what selling a put is actually giving someone the right to do. The person that bought this put, they're able to sell you their shares for $90 per share. But what if Nvidia goes to $150 per share? If Nvidia's at $150 per share, why on earth would they want to sell you their shares for $90 when they could sell it in the open market for $150 per share? They're always going to sell it for more money. They're never going to sell it to you for 90. And if they did ever want to just sell you the shares for $90, which will never happen if the share price is 150, you would be glad that that would happen. You're buying their shares for 90 and they're worth 150. You're getting a good deal. So if you think Nvidia is cheap at $110 per share, why would you not want to buy it for 90 a year out from right now? And don't forget that by you selling this put option, you get to collect premium, which is that cash flow that Warren Buffett collected when he sold the puts in 2008. So you're going to collect the premium, and let's just say it's $10 per share in this example. $10 per share, and every option contract is 100 shares. And I know this sounds confusing, but it's really not. Every option contract, so one contract equals 100 shares. So 100 shares times $10 per share in premium that you received, that equals $1,000 that you're going to collect by selling this put option in an example right here. So even if NVIDIA falls to like $85 per share and you go in the money, meaning the contract actually has value, you're not down money because your effective cost basis on the transaction is going to be $80 per share because you have a $90 strike price, but you got to collect that $1,000 up front, which equals $10 per share. So you're still doing okay. So the benefit of selling puts is that you get to keep that premium that we just talked about up front. You get to keep that no matter what, whether the contract goes in the money or not, and you get paid to buy NVIDIA at a cheaper price in the future when the earnings is probably going to be higher, the revenue is going to be higher, the company is going to be more profitable, more efficient, new products, better company. Why would you not want to do that? Why would you not want to buy something cheaper a year from right now, assuming that it's already trading at a good price at $110 per share? Now, the risk, if the shares fall, you have to take assignment. So if the shares fall to $50 per share, you're forced to buy NVIDIA for $90 per share, but they're only worth $50 per share. Now, of course, you get to keep that $10 per share in premium, so your effective basis is $80 right here, but you're paying $80 effectively for something that's only worth $50. That is how you lose money on this. But I have a really good workaround for this to where you could essentially never lose money by doing this. So this is my criteria right here of selling puts, and if you follow this, the chance of success goes through the roof if you actually follow this to the T. And I know it seems very simple right here, but most people honestly mess it up in this stage right here. So the company has to be trading below intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is just a true value of the company. So if you don't know how to value a company, if you don't know how to compare it against its peers, if you don't know how to go through the earnings report and know how to listen to the earnings calls and really understand what you're looking for with the guidance and the earnings and the revenue and all this stuff, click the link below and do my course. I'm going to teach you everything you have to know with this stuff. But let's keep going. The company must have a durable competitive advantage. What that basically means is this. The company is expected to be around in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and no competitors are going to be able to come in and swipe them out, and the company is going to be pretty much obsolete. So an example of a couple companies that I feel like have a durable competitive advantage right now is Amazon, because they have the same day delivery. Pretty much everything is on Amazon in a one-stop shop. It's very simple to use. They have groceries, they have goods, they have pretty much everything. I don't feel like there's much competition to Amazon right now, and I don't see much competition popping up in the near future. Another company is like NVIDIA. NVIDIA has the best chips in the game. They have CUDA, which is basically the software that runs on top of the hardware for their chips, and there's really no competition in town. AMD is nowhere near NVIDIA from a CUDA standpoint. If you want to get AI and you want to have software to run it, you're going to go with NVIDIA because you can only run CUDA on top of NVIDIA. And you, of course, have to be okay to hold the company for the long run because in the event that you sell puts on NVIDIA at a $90 strike, what if NVIDIA does fall to $50 per share and you're forced to buy NVIDIA at $90 per share, even though it's worth $50 per share? So, in the event that that happens, you're just going to sit on the shares and be patient and wait for them to rebound. You could do the wheel strategy, which is essentially selling cover calls on those shares to get rid of them. And you usually set your cover call strike price for a similar price to what the strike price is. If you did it right and a company truly has a competitive advantage, the share price will rebound with time. So you essentially will never lose money as long as you just be patient with it. And of course, the company has to have pricing power, and pricing power goes straight into the competitive advantage because if you have a competitive advantage, you have pricing power, meaning if you raise the price on your NVIDIA chip, people are still going to buy it because there's no alternative to it. You have to buy the NVIDIA chip. So let's do a real world example of when I would sell puts and when I would not sell puts and how we're doing right now in the current market to know if I would sell puts right now. So the lighter line right here corresponds to the S&P 500 and the darker line corresponds to the earnings growth of the companies within the S&P 500. Earnings are the number one thing that moves the price of a stock in the long run, so we have to understand how this dynamic works. So this chart goes for 10 years, and you can see the correlation between the two lines. I get it that sometimes the stock market goes down and above what the earnings growth line does, but in times like right here where the market is above the earnings growth line, the market is a little bit lofty in this time period right here. And times like this where the market goes below the earnings growth line, the market appears to be a little bit cheap in this time period right here. So up here when the market got totally disconnected towards the end of 2024 and beginning of this year, the market was way overvalued with regards to earnings. But now the market is correcting down and things are becoming more reasonable at a valuation level. And I told you guys time and time again that these two lines will touch 100% in the near future. I don't know the day, I don't know the week, I don't know the month, I don't know the year, but they will touch again. They touch here, and they touch here because the stock market will follow what their earnings do in the long run. Short term, it gets a little bit disconnected on the high side, and short term, it gets disconnected on the low side, but these will touch again. So whether the stock market goes down or the earnings go up, or both of those things happen, these lines will touch again. So now you're wondering, is right now a good time to sell puts? Well, you can see right here the market is still a little bit above the earnings growth line. What if the market falls this far below the earnings growth line and then you go to the left? This is what the price of the S&P 500 would be, which indicates a 15 to 20% drop from levels right now. So you can understand that the market, yes, it did fall a little bit, but it still is a little bit overvalued. It's nothing like a 2022 where I was selling puts like crazy over here. I just feel like the market is still a teeny bit overvalued or very, very close to intrinsic value because these lines right here are a little bit laggy and the market did fall a little bit more since this chart came out a couple weeks ago. So this line is a little bit lower down right here. And this line right here corresponds to the earnings growth on a forward 12-month basis. So meaning it's forward, meaning it hasn't happened yet. So there's an estimation factor that goes into this. And you can see it's pretty much flat right here on this little part right here. I feel like earnings are going to continue to grow even though there's all this tariff turbulence. So I feel like this is actually a little bit higher right now. So this is a little bit lower. This is a little bit higher. I feel like we're very, very close to intrinsic value. So you're pretty much paying MSRP for the stock market right now. There's not a crap ton of deals with regards to the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, but individual companies like NVIDIA, for example, I do feel like they're trading below intrinsic value, and I think they are deals. So I'm selling puts on NVIDIA, but I'm not betting the house. I'm doing this very, very carefully. So I started taking investing very serious in 2017, and that's when I started with $0. Now, my current net worth is roughly $2.2 million even after the stock market dip, all off of a total cost basis of $90,000. So $90,000 to $2.2 million in roughly 7 years, that is a phenomenal return in the stock market. And think of all the crazy things that we've been through in this 7-year time period right here. We had COVID, we had inflation going straight up, we had the Federal Reserve have to raise interest rates to bring inflation down. When that happened, the NASDAQ went down 35%. Then we had the Japan carry trade. Right now, we have the stuff going on with tariffs and recessions and all this crazy stuff going on, but I'm still doing fine. I'm still from $90K to $2.2 million even after all that crazy stuff happened. So the key is to understand how to do this stuff in a low risk way, not over leverage yourself when the market's overvalued, but do add leverage when the market is undervalued and understand where we're at right now in the economy. So that's why I recommend everybody that hasn't done my course to go do it immediately, because this is a generational wealth building opportunity right now in the stock market that you have to know how to capitalize on in a low risk way. It's $97 out the door. Prices are going to go up soon. And right now, for limited time, you're going to be able to come into my free Discord community and not have to pay a dime. This is a one-time charge right here. You're going to get in, you're going to learn everything you have to know, and you're going to be set. But if you don't want to do my course, watch this video right here. It's the 10 critical things that you have to know right now for 2025, how you could scale yourself to millions of dollars. I'll see you guys there.